Leave my thoughts on the table, set my keys by the door. All these fortune and fables, I don't think they need us no more. In my head like a blitzkrieg, on my heart like a war. Coming back for your heart now, 'cause this one ain't mine anymore. Will you wait by yourself, dressed like an angel in white unaware? Can you be like a drone, straight from a song that I've known all along? Can you take the islands, just pulling apart the waves as I fall into your arms, tearing up roses as daylight approaches, just hoping to be what you want. Hold me up with your bare hands, like some pillar of God, on this road that you wander, burning like some bottle rocket. Let me fight for your honor, raise a wall for your truth, build it up like a fortress, wave the flag when I come home to you. Will you wait by yourself, dressed like an angel in white unaware? And you'll be like a drone, straight from a song that I've known all along. Can you take the islands, just pulling apart the waves as I fall into your arms, tearing up roses and daylight approaches, just hoping to be what you want. I can't leave it unsaid now with you right in front of me. Will you wait by yourself? 'Cause I want you and nobody else. And you'll be like a drug from a song that I've known all along. I'm just pulling up roses as daylight approaches, just hoping to be what you want.
Could everybody please rise for the bride? gathered here today to witness and celebrate the marriage of Shay and Michael. We are not here to mark the start of a relationship. However, we are here to recognize a bond that already exists. Shay and Michael have spent the last 7 years together, so we have come here today to bear witness to the union that has grown between them. Today, they will affirm this bond formally and publicly. But this affirmation of love would be empty if they could not share it with their friends and family here with them. Shay and Michael hope that they can mark their transition to husband and wife not only by celebrating the love between themselves, but by also celebrating the love between all of us here today. Without that love, today would be far less joyous. Thank you all for being here. Please have a seat. I would also like to include a moment of remembrance for family that isn't here. Shay's father, Eric, who would be so proud of her today, and also her grandmother, Naomi, who would be extremely happy and also proud for this day. Now, it's time for the exchange of vows. Usually the groom goes first, but we're going to give Shay a 50% chance today. We are inviting Michael's nephew, Donovan, and cousin Catherine to come up here to help determine who's going to go first with the vows. Okay, so so just so the audience understands what's going on, Catherine has a disc and it says red on one side and blue on the other side. Donovan is going to assign a color to Shay and a color to Michael. Catherine's going to flip the disc up in the air and then they're going to announce the winner. So let's go.
I think Michael should be red and Shay should be blue.
Michael should be red and Shay should be blue. Okay. Are you ready, Catherine? Okay, let her fly. Woo! Red!
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Michael goes first.
So the number 42 hasn't been so kind to us. So with my vows today, I am going to cry. I'd like to change that. So here are my 42 repeats of why I love you.
You're gonna make me cry.
Number 1, and most important, you like dogs. Number 2, you make us pizza every Friday night, like a proper Italian. I like it when you rub your nose. You play games with me. Number 5, you act like a weirdo with me. You plan accordingly with the most detail of anyone I know. If everyone could see the spreadsheets that she made for this wedding, yeah. You break out into song on a whim. You're a klutz, and I like that. You let me tease and poke fun at you, but even better, you tease and poke fun at me. Number 11, you encourage and support my shenanigans and are always down to follow my spontaneity, even though it can be difficult for you, like changing careers and moving to Nova Scotia on 2 weeks' notice. You push me to do better, even though I'm stubborn and like to complain. You make nicknames for all the things. You're a science and nature nerd like me and super eco-friendly. Number 15, you're very good at folding laundry, especially mine. Number 16, you help put away all my things, which is something I can't do, like my folded laundry. Number 17, you save TikTok videos for me to watch later in bed. Number 18, and a very big one, you'll hold my hands even though they're clammy and gross, which is unfair because yours are so soft. You push me to do things that make me uncomfortable, like dancing. I like your Edna Krabappel-like laugh, and some of you got to hear that yesterday at the reception. Ha! Number 21, you are resilient and work so hard to better yourself to navigate through difficult times. Number 22, you help me realize and sometimes force me to slow down when I'm under the weather or burning out. You listen to me talk a mile a minute in our car rides to work. You like to learn. I like to learn too. Number 25, your patience with me for not making sense when I try to answer questions too quickly, or when I'm talking and rambling to myself out loud. Very thankful for that. Speaking of this, you have handled my undiagnosed and untreated ADHD for 7 years. So sorry for my lack of hearing and attention, and thank you for double checking if I actually listened and encouraging me to seek treatment. I love your overdramatic uhs. Number 28, you got me to start flossing so well, the dentist wanted to make you a poster child for encouraging it. That's why my smile is so big today. You jam with me in the car. Number 30, you are honest and tell me when you need a break. You're very good at communication. 31, you remember everything I say, even the stuff I don't remember. You warm up my hands and feet, even if involuntarily. You don't lie. You cut the tags off my shirts. You fight against injustices and are an ally. You'll always get me a glass of water, even when I don't ask. Number 37, if you are completing a job, it will be at your 100%, like this wedding. You buy me plants. You are wicked smart, and your problem-solving skills are unrivaled. Number 40, you make me laugh, but I'm more so like that I can make you laugh so hard you may pee. Number 41, you keep my creative juices flowing, like when I need to find ways to hide your vegetables in meals. And number 42, and last, you tell me you love me, and you mean it. Ms. Richter has been an eventful and fast-paced 7 years. I'm certain our years to follow will continue to be wonderful. We make a great team and have already shown that we can make it through all the heartbreaks. I want you to remember, if you're ever down for the count and it's becoming too much, I'm here. And these are my 42 repeats of I love yous.
Oh, that is a woo. Oh.
Michael, from the moment I noticed you across the table in our first master's class together, I was drawn towards you. It would be a full year before we started dating, but we were clearly meant to be. It was only a few months into moving together that the realization hit me hard. You were the one I would likely marry. Despite moving in together so quickly and joking about getting engaged from the very beginning with that zebra puzzle, it has now been 2,491 days since we got together, or 2,492 days if we're going by your start date, but I'm sticking with mine. Life just kept getting in the way of us getting married. We moved across the country, completed our teaching degrees, started new careers, bought a house, lived through a pandemic, and made it through some of the toughest times in our personal lives. That we are still standing here nearly 7 years later, still excited to get married, is a testament to how strong a couple we are. And today we are finally getting married. You might be the one that finds all the four-leaf clovers everywhere you go, but how lucky am I to be able to call you my husband? You make me laugh, you make me think, and above all, you make me happy. You have been and continue to be my best friend through thick and thin. One smile or hug from you brightens my whole day. Throughout our relationship, we have consistently supported and encouraged one another, and we have grown into better and stronger people. You helped me through the worst moments of my life, and it's because of you that I better understand and believe in myself today. You have helped shape the person that I am. I cannot thank you enough for being the wonderful, supportive person that you are. I love that you are kind and caring and attentive, not just to me, but to our friends, our family, and all of those around you. I love that you are inquisitive and adventurous, and that we share similar interests in animals, nature, and science in general.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. And of course, I love that you are the best dog dad that Ruby could have ever received. You are a puzzle piece that fits perfectly in my life. I'm not sure if I believe in soulmates, but if they're real, then you are surely mine. I am so grateful to have you in my life. We had already joined lives long before now, but today, surrounded by all of our loved ones, I choose you to officially become my husband, and I am proud to be your wife. I promise to continue to laugh at even your most corny jokes and to always be impressed by your ability to find four-leaf clovers, even though at this point I think we must have over 100 in our house. I promise to go on adventures with you, whether traveling across the world or just gardening in our own backyard. I promise to try to be ready to leave the house on time, but let's be honest, I don't know if I'll ever master that skill. And I promise to always put you first, even though we both know that we are true millennial dog parents, and in our little family, Ruby comes first above both of us. But most of all, I promise to continue to be your best friend, to grow with you and to build with you a better life each day as we learn from each other to become patient, kind, giving, and to always cherish each day together. I promise to support you, care for you, and love you always. For as long as we both shall live, I will be by your side, for better or worse, in sickness and health, for richer or poorer. You are my one and only, today and every day, and I love you with all my heart.
Shay and Michael, please join hands. Do you, Shay, pledge to be there for Michael through all of his accomplishments and failures, joys and sorrows, and to always offer him your unshakable support as well as the freedom to be himself?
I do.
Do you, Michael, pledge to be there for Shay through all of her accomplishments and failures, joys and sorrows, and to always offer her your unshakable support as well as the freedom to be herself?
I do.
Has them, and Shay and Michael will now exchange rings as a physical symbol of the promises they are making today. I give you this ring.
I give you this ring.
Wear it with love and joy.
Wear it with love and joy.
As this ring has no end.
As this ring has no end.
My love is also forever.
My love is also forever.
There you go.
Oh, it fits.
It's a little more about
I give you this ring.
I give you this ring.
Wear it with love and joy.
Wear it with love and joy.
As this ring has no end.
As this ring has no end.
My love is also forever.
My love is also forever.
Michael and Shay, you came here today of your own free will and declared your love for one another in front of everyone. No one but you can declare yourselves married. You have begun it here today in speaking your vows before your family and friends, and you will do it again in the days and years to come, standing by each other, sharing all that is sweet and bitter in life. Each tender act, each loving word will be the declaration of what was made here today. So now, in front of your closest friends and families, I present you as husband and wife. Michael and Shay, you may kiss. So now, I'd like to draw your attention to this special time and tree. Over here, this is a cedar tree that Shay and Michael purchased in Guelph. It will go back with them and Ruby, of course, to be planted in their yard at their home in Nova Scotia. The cedar is sacred for many cultures and is called the tree of life because of its longevity and constant greenery. In its native North America, it can live up to 1,000 years. The cedar is a symbol of eternity. So, Shay and Michael, please give the tree a drink for life.
It's a hot day.
Let your relationship and your love for each other be like this tree you water today. Let it grow tall and strong. Let it stand solid during the harsh winds and rains and storms and come through unscathed. Like a tree, your marriage must be resilient. Well, looks like that's the end of the joining of the lives of Shay and Michael. Please stand with me now. It is my distinct honor to present to you for the first time Miss Shay Richter and Mr. Michael Pachetta as husband and wife.
What I want, you got, and it might be hard to handle. But like a flame that burns a candle, the candle feeds the flame.
We're married!
Give me your strength and show me your weakness. We're in this together now. We're in this together now. Give me your love and tell me your secrets. 'Cause we're in this together now. Yeah, we're in this together now. No, 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 no. I'll keep you safe, I'll give you my everything. Even if we're falling down, even if we're falling down, all of me is yours, every part of me. 'Cause we're in this together now. You and me together now. What's the point of living if we're scared to lose each other? What's the point of living without you? Tell me now and I'll stop fighting. Tell me now and I'll stop breathing. I don't want to be here without you. I'll be your light, I'll keep you from darkness. 'Cause we're in this together now. You and me together now. What's the point of living if we're scared to lose each other? What's the
Mirror, mirror on the wall, don't say it 'cause I know I'm cute. Oh, baby. Louis down to my drawers, LV all on my shoes. Oh, baby. I be dripping so much sauce, got a bit looking like Grey Goose. Oh, baby. Lit up like a crystal ball, that's cool, baby, so is you, that's how I roll. If I'm shining, everybody gonna shine. Yeah, I'm gold. I was born like this, don't even gotta try. Now you know. I like shot a nigga better over time. Now you know. They just say I'm not the baddest bitch, you lie. It ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on the goose. Gotta blame it on my juice, baby. It ain't my fault that I'm out here getting loose. Gotta blame it on the goose. Gotta blame it on my juice, baby. It ain't my fault that I'm out here making news. I'm the put it in the proof. Gotta blame it on my juice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Blame it on my juice. Blame it on my juice. Yeah, 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 yeah. Blame it on my juice. Blame it on my juice. Yeah.
Hi, good evening, and welcome everyone. My name is Rena, and I'm the mother of the bride. Thank you for traveling from near and far to join us in beautiful Guelph to celebrate my daughter Shay and new son-in-law Michael in the celebration of their marriage. We had to say goodbye to Shay's father last year, but he was truly honored knowing that Michael had chosen his daughter as a life partner. For those of you in the room who don't know Shay, just a quick snapshot from her past and her present. At the time of her birth, we were older parents, and like many little girls, she could twist her father around her baby finger. As a very young child, she loved to sing, definitely had an opinion, and also had an imaginary friend for a period of time before her brother arrived on the scene. So one day I asked her, where was her imaginary friend? Because I hadn't seen her for a few days. And she looked me straight in the eye at 3 years old, and she told me that she had flushed her down the toilet because she had been naughty and it had made her mad. So Michael, my words of wisdom to you, don't get too close to the toilet if you've made Shay mad, because she might try to flush you. Shay was born and raised in a small northwestern Ontario town, and she had the opportunities to try t-ball as a little girl, and she loved picking dandelions in the field. Soccer and track and field in her preteen years. She hated running. Downhill skiing and bowling, maybe not a favorite. Piano lessons with a lot of nagging for several years. And then there was ballet and dance. I think Ryan could attest to this. She found some passion here. We live in an area where there are many lakes, and I insisted on swimming lessons at an early age. She became a lifeguard, which included teaching children. Unknown to her, this was to become her profession, teaching. During this time as a lifeguard, her friendship with two friends who are here this evening were strengthened, and I would like to acknowledge Nicole and Sarah. Please stand just for a moment. I know you've been introduced. Thank you for continuing that friendship throughout these years. And I would also like to acknowledge that during Shay's younger years, she had a friendship with Michelle, who was also here this evening. Michelle, could you please stand? Who could have predicted that Michelle and her husband Ben would be living in Nova Scotia when Michael decided he would like to become a teacher? They had living accommodations for him for a short period of time until he could find a rental home to live for he and Shay, because Shay was not staying in Guelph by herself. She followed Michael out to Nova Scotia. After 2 years in wildlife biology, sciences, and math, she too decided that she would like to become a teacher, because then she could have the same days off as Michael. Now, normally I would say that Shay was far from being a follower in her younger years, but she definitely followed Michael for the past 6 or 7 years. Shay's younger brother, North, who was a groomsman and part of the wedding party, was a very patient, quiet young boy during those younger years, as his sister was 4 years older than he. Definitely the bossy older sister, and she could convince him to do things which he probably didn't want to do, and fairly certain, North, where are you? I don't think that she has the same hold on him today. Actually, Shay's her brother, her older half-sister Shannon, and her Aunt Leslie, who spent a considerable amount of time in Shay's younger years, could probably tell you a lot of things about Shay, because as you know, mothers are sometimes the last to know. And as a mom, dropping your daughter to university 1,800 miles from home was very difficult. But fortunately for Shay, she made some really good friends, some of whom are also here today as part of the wedding party or behind the scenes. And I would certainly like to thank and acknowledge Kaylee, Claire, Em, and Ryan for being a part of Shay's life during those. Oh, and Em, sorry, I missed. I didn't say Em, but it's here. During those crazy emotional university days, because if Shay hadn't continued on to her second degree, she never would have met Michael. So you university crowd, thank you so much for being a part of Shay's life. And I would also be remiss in not mentioning that Michael must have decided that during making sure that Shay knew that he had a family dog, and wouldn't it be nice to go walking together with their respective dogs? That was part of his dating strategy. Shay had acquired a rescue dog during her university days, and Ruby was and still is an integral part of Shay and Michael's lives and is now a very senior dog living a good life with the two millennials. Shay has been fortunate in being able to travel, family trips, high school trips to other countries, and as a result acknowledges and understands how privileged she was to experience nature out her back door and to live in a country with democracy. I'm proud that she was involved with Habitat for Humanity at university. Her overall kindness and volunteering in different capacities throughout her high school and university life. She has also faced challenges, both big and small, with courage and compassion. To Nick and Marissa, how can I thank you for raising Michael to this wonderful, caring, kind young man that I've witnessed these past 6 years. Michael attended our celebration of life last year in Dryden for my husband. Have had many people over this past year comment on his candid, thoughtful, caring speech, acknowledging Shay's father, and I too would like to thank Michael for those memories. Marriage and commitment takes two people who will communicate their love, but also their fears, their frustrations. And for most people, what we desire out of life is just to be happy and experience it to the fullest. Shay and Michael, you are surrounded by friends and family. Look out into the room, feel the love. Love you both, and remember, shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll land among those stars. Please raise your glass. A toast to Shay and Mike for many years of happiness, love, and laughter together. Cheers. And thank you.
Anyway, good evening, everyone, and welcome. Marissa and I want to thank you all for coming and sharing the wonderful day with us. A little over 31 years ago, we were blessed with a son, the golden child, according to his sisters. Michael was definitely a little different to deal with than his sisters. He was an accident waiting to happen. Let's see, stitches, missing teeth, salmonella poisoning, broken leg. This was all before his second birthday. He was also that child that had nothing but questions. Every sentence started with why. He was a sponge. He debated and questioned everything. This led to his nickname, the Professor, which was given to him by his ZOED, quite fitting as he became a teacher. Growing up, Michael was a quick learner. Having two older sisters helped him excel not only academically, but in life. He was a good kid. He aimed to please and never disappoint, except that one time in high school. Michael decided he was going to have a party, but not just any party. This was the party. He needed to outdo his older sister, the party queen. He meticulously took photos, mapped out every breakable item in the house, moved everything behind locked doors, and made sure that everything was in order so that after the party he could bring everything back and put it in its proper place. Only problem, he never counted on so many kids showing up. We were told that there were kids lined up the street, around the bend, all the way over to the next corner. Things got out of hand quickly for him, so he had to do the unthinkable, call his sisters. They needed to come and do crowd control. Needless to say, the party didn't last long. The police came, a fine was given, and to add salt to the wound, they made him clean up all the garbage on the street that the kids had left behind. He was actually proud of this moment. If memory serves me correct, he had his mother laminate the fine, just so he could keep it as a keepsake. In the next chapter of his life, Michael went off to university. During his 4 years at Laurier, he had the good fortune to spend a semester at Laurier's sister university in Sweden. During this stay, he managed to visit numerous countries in Europe. I actually don't think there was a weekend that went by without him being in a different country. Life was good. After Laurier, he was off to the University of Guelph. During his time there, Marissa and I were confronted with a question. Michael came and asked if he could have a friend move in for a short period of time, as their lease was coming due and they had nowhere to live. Of course, Marissa and I were like, well, sure, why not? You know, like, don't want anybody living out in the streets, have them come over. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I lost my place. In whose short periods lease was up. Okay. Of course, Marissa and I said yes, but okay, showed up. To say the least, we were a little surprised when this individual showed up and said, Michael, this is the person that was that needed a place to stay? Yeah, but without missing a beat, Michael said, don't worry. We're not staying long. We're renting a place, and we're going to be moving in together. I'm like, huh, this is Michael's way of being subtle. Well, as we can see here today, the rest was history. Shay, you've been part of our family for a long time now. But today, it gives me and Marissa great pleasure to formally welcome you into the Posada household. So, if everybody could raise their glass just real quick. To Shay, welcome.
Thank you.
You're our new daughter. To finish off, I'd like everybody to raise their glass again. And I want to toast the bride and groom together. Michael and Shay, may you have many happy years together, and may all your dreams come true. Cheers.